Welcome to the Gunroom. I'm Angie, and with me today I've got Emma from Decades. How are you, Emma?
I'm good, thanks, Angie. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
And I've whisked you in here today. It's what are we, Tuesday morning today?
Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah. I usually do my interviews on a Sunday, but we've got you in here because you're doing a gig on Friday night in Christchurch.
Yes, yeah, we're starting our tour on Friday at Empire in Christchurch. Yeah.
And that is an awesome venue. I did had a gig there over the weekend, and it was really good, so I'm sure you'll enjoy playing there. So the gig you're doing is for your tour. There's a poster up there, Decades The Truth Hurts tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, and is that the first show of the tour?
It is, yeah. So it's only 4 shows long. We're just doing a little run. Although last year for our album tour we did a small run too. This time we're just deleting Hamilton. Hamilton doesn't get to go this year. But yeah, Christchurch, Dunedin this weekend, and then Auckland and Wellington next weekend.
Oh, that's going to be really good.
Yeah.
And you're expecting a good turnout?
Yes, well, fingers crossed.
And where can people get tickets?
From undertheradar.co.nz. Yeah.
Cool. So get online, undertheradar.co.nz, and get your tickets to go and see Decades. So how did Decades start out, Emma?
So we've been together for like 11 or 12 years now. We started out I met a couple guys at an all-ages gig when I was about 15 or 16. And
is it Zebedee's?
Yeah, that was at good old Zebedee's, and so got kind of just going to gigs there more regularly and hanging out with them, and then started a band with one of them. His name was Mike, and he was studying music at a music school, ATC Vision College, which was, the old shed venue on Manchester Street back in the day.
A lot of the guys from bands went to Vision
College.
It's
crazy, eh? So went there with him one day and met our drummer, Dan, and we formed this little band. We were called What Action, and we played like kind of emo, pop punk kind of music. We had 3 guitarists, which is just ridiculous. And then over a couple of years, kind of people came and went, and by the end of that...
not unusual for bands?
No, definitely not. And then by the end of that, we had me, our drummer Dan, our guitarist Liam, and our bass player at the time Dove, and that was around 2006, 2007, and that was Ashai.
So who's missing today?
Today it's still me, Dan and Liam, and so Dove moved away. He went to Melbourne after the earthquakes, and then we got Curtis, who's our bass player now, so he's been going strong for the last five years or so.
You're the front woman. You do all the vocals?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So how old were you when you started singing?
Probably like in primary school doing like choir and stuff, and not being totally terrible at it. I used to do dancing when I was a kid as well, and our dance teacher used to kind of encourage us to try and like sing along to sometimes when we were dancing, just because, music video kind of stuff, and that's what was going on in kind of pop culture at the time. And
so have you always been a rock chick? Or?
No, well, kind of. I guess at heart. But growing up, I was a huge fan of pop music like Michael Jackson and the Beatles, and I grew up listening to a lot of Steely Dan because that's my dad's favourite band, so surrounded by a lot of that kind of jazz rock, I guess. And arguably there's a lot of rock influence in Michael Jackson's music. But I suppose I didn't really start getting into guitar music and bands until I was about 12 or 13.
Yeah.
And even then it was like a really ease entry, like
you play the guitar as well, don't you?
I started playing guitar. Well, it's the only instrument I play well. I've got a piano at my house at the moment, which I'm trying to be good at, but it's pretty tough. And drums, I'm like a Meg White drummer, but bad.
Oh, at least you're giving it a go.
Yeah, exactly.
Good girl power.
Yeah.
So I saw a clip of you online, this was maybe last year, and you were singing Alanis Morissette.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was at a bar in town, was it?
Yeah, that was probably at the Astra Lounge.
That's right, it was too. And so was she one of your main influences growing up?
I never had her out. I never actually had the Jagged Little Pill album or anything like that, but she was so big on the radio, and it was cool to hear a chick kind of like messing with her voice a bit more, and I'm kind of revisiting kind of the big female voices of like the 90s and stuff, because I feel like it's crazy how well women were doing in that space in the 90s, and we kind of took it for granted.
I'm trying to think of, I can't really remember the 90s.
Like Hole and L7, Veruca Salt, all of those, and Cranberries, and it's just like I feel like we took that for granted back then. When I was a kid, I didn't really think about it at all. But these days you look at, you listen to a rock radio station or a rock playlist, and there's hardly any women on it. And so I'm trying to like go back to the 90s and see what kind of worked back then and what women were doing and be inspired by that.
Yeah. So do you write the lyrics for the songs and decades?
It's a bit of a mixed effort. Like Liam is our main songwriter. He's just got a natural skill for it. He's one of those people that grew up just writing songs because that's what he naturally does. I'm more of like, I have to force myself to do it, and it's like really hard for me. I sit down like, okay, write a song.
So
oh god, this is horrible.
Find it hard to get the inspiration.
Totally. So quite often like my writing comes in secondary to Liam, so he'll write like ideas for songs, and then when we all decide we like one or two of them or whatever ones we're going to work on, then I'll come in and like listen to what he's had to say and kind of develop it and come up with the rest of the words. And, yeah.
So Decades has done so well in quite a short space of time. Like you've had how many songs now have you had on the rock?
Pretty much all of the singles we released off the last album except for the second one, I think.
And the last album you released last year.
Yeah.
And it was called
The Truth in Other People.
Yeah. And that's going really well.
Yeah, so it's like a year on almost to the day that we released it. I think we released it on the 13th or 14th of July last year.
Okay.
It's kind of weird actually. We're touring on the exact same dates we toured on last year. I don't know how that ended up happening, but it's kind of serendipitous, I guess, because we're moving on to album 2 now and working on that. So it's kind of cool to wrap it all up. And
so these gigs.
Yeah, it's kind of like the end of an era. And me and my bass player Curtis, as part of kind of promo for the tour, we auctioned off the opportunity for fans to handwrite The Truth, and me and Curtis are going to get them tattooed. So on Friday, on Friday we're going into Absolution and getting our auction winners handwriting tattooed on our bodies, and that's another wee little like.
Is somebody going to film that and have it
we're going to live stream it on Friday over on our page.
So you've obviously got a Facebook page.
Yes,
So if you're not already on there, get on there and like
stream
that.
it, on the Decades page.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and it's Curtis's first tattoo ever, so he's a bit worried about it. He's like, does it hurt? I'm thinking I might either get it here or here.
Yeah.
I think Curtis is going to go for here because he's like, where's the least painful place? Because he's never been tattooed before, and I was like, nowhere. Like he's like, oh god. Yeah. I'm like, you should get it on your balls now.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So back to Decades and how well you've been doing, and you've done quite a few shows around New Zealand the last few years.
Yeah.
You've done Homegrown.
Yeah, we got to do that
recently,
twice, which is amazing.
The big Auckland in the Park.
No, we didn't get to do music in the parks, but I'm hoping next year we might be
submissions
able to.
are out.
Yeah, I know. I saw that yesterday.
So did I.
Let's do it.
And you've opened, like, what international bands have you opened for?
We opened for a few last year actually. The kind of more notable ones were Jimmy Barnes, which was really like
that's right.
surprise for us that he asked us to open for him. We're like, okay, that's pretty random. No, we did the one up in Auckland at the power station.
Oh, okay.
And then we opened for one of our kind of major influences, Taking Back Sunday. They're American kind of emo rock band. They were really big in the mid-2000s, and they're kind of part of the reason why we wanted to start this band in the first place, so it was really awesome to open for them, and those are the two big ones for us last year.
So there's a lot more international bands coming to New Zealand now. So if you could choose, who would be like the ultimate band to open for, to support?
Well, for me personally, it would have to be Biffy Clyro, but unfortunately we missed out on that this year.
Who got that?
Skinny Hobos.
Yeah, they were in
Skinny Hobos now.
a couple of weeks ago. I hope you guys are feeling better.
I love those guys.
They were great. God, amazing on stage.
Yeah, so we've started doing things like trying to pull out kind of unexpected covers and stuff like that. Like, we never used to put covers in our set. In fact, we used to be quite against it. We're like, we're not doing playing other people's songs, but we did a cover of Zombie by the Cranberries at Homegrown this year, just because, Dolores passed away.
That's right. And you can make songs your own, like, especially performing to a younger audience. They probably actually think, I remember getting the Spaghetti Incident years ago, and still a lot of people don't know that every song on that album is actually a cover.
Yeah.
Punk bands, they think they're original.
Yeah. So like our cover at Homegrown went really well, and we were just like, okay, well actually like it might be quite good to start kind of surprising people. So last year when we did our album tour as well, we did a cover of Hysteria by Muse.
Oh yeah.
Which is like, we like to kind of
say Def Leppard.
That would have been awesome as well. And we've got a cover that we're doing this year, which I won't say what it is because I think people should come and find out, but it's very unexpected, and it was just a few months ago me and my partner were driving to the airport. I think he was going on tour with Jed Parsons or something, and the song came on our Spotify on a rock playlist. It's a classic fucking rock song, like everyone knows it. And it came on and we're just sitting there in silence, like listening to it and jamming out, and I was just like, maybe Decades should cover this on tour. And he was like, I was just thinking how fucking awesome it would be for like a woman-led band to do this song. So come out onto one of our shows and find out what that song
makes
is.
Makes it fun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And with that, you've got your fun outfits.
Yeah.
Emma, the lycra.
I know. I don't know if we'll be busting the lycra.
I mean, you've got a lovely figure. You're young. You get away with it, and it's cool. Is that you? Do you style yourself, or does someone kind of give you a hand?
No, I definitely style myself. So those lycra suits came about for the Truth music video. I think, I'm actually wearing it in there.
Right, it was a yellow gold one?
Mine was a pink one, and Liam had an orange one.
Yeah, I think I did see someone in it.
Yeah, we were gonna, so in that music video, the concept is that there's these dancers in green screen suits, and we are squirting them with paint to kind of reveal them and stuff, and in the original concept, the director just had us wearing like black clothes or white clothes or something, just something normal. And then I just said to the director a couple of weeks before the shoot, like, I don't know, like this music video is going to be kind of fucking weird, like why don't we just up the ante and just me and Liam be dancing in it, and
it's a bit of water pistol.
Yeah, they're squirting out paint.
So videos are a big thing now, aren't they? Because like everyone watches YouTube and that. So how many videos have Decades done?
Oh gosh, well we've done one for every single off their album, so that's 5. And then we released quite a few. Oh no, we didn't do one for Terrified. Well, we did, but it was so bad we didn't release it. According to our manager. And then we've done a few, when we were Ashire, we've done quite a lot independently and stuff. So I don't know, we've probably got like 10 or 12 videos, but not all of them are live anymore. After we kind of changed our name to Decades, we took some down.
It's a good name, Decades. Did you think of that?
I think that was me, actually. I'm going to claim it anyway.
And you just mentioned before a manager.
Yeah.
Do you have a manager, not self-managed band?
Yeah, we have a manager. We have a management company, Triple V Management, and under that company is Tom Larkin from She Hard, and
he's working with Skelter now, I believe.
Oh yeah.
I think.
Yeah, he's doing a few with City of Souls and Villainy and quite a few Australian bands like the Vans, and God, I can't remember all of them.
And you find that's a big help, like. For other young bands that are starting out, they say that managers should find bands and bands shouldn't find managers.
No, I think it's the other way around.
You do?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I mean, there's obviously going to be the few lucky bands that a really competent manager comes in and just discovers you or whatever, but I think in this day and age, and it's the same with record deals as well, is you've kind of got to put in that hard work and independent work yourself and prove that you know what it takes and that you've got the work ethic and stuff for a really awesome manager or a record label to be like, okay, we're going to work with these guys because they've got their shit together. And
I think people underestimate the work that actually goes into becoming a successful band.
Yeah,
you could be the best band in the world, have the best voice in the world, but if you're not marketed properly, if you don't do the work, probably not much is going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially in this day and age, you know yourself that there is no money in music. It's, it's in live tickets. Getting back to the stage performance and everything. And merchandise. Speaking of which, if anyone wants a nice Decades t-shirt, they can buy them online.
Yeah, we've got them on our website, wearedecades.com, and they'll be at shows as well. So.
They'll be obviously the...
Yeah, we've got those ones, and then we've got black ones with white writing, and then we've got long sleeve ones for winter as well, which also have prints on the sleeves. They're really awesome. I kind of just don't want to sell them. I want to keep them for myself. But
there's lots of good merch ideas now, isn't there?
Yeah, it's real. It is actually really important thinking of that kind of stuff as a band, and like we're still learning. Like, it's just crazy with social media and the internet and people demanding content, and you got to keep on people's radar and stuff. And I've been learning that a lot more, especially with promoting this tour, because Eccles and Hodak and stuff are helping us with the booking and the radio kind of promotion, but in terms of the social media marketing and posting and stuff,
isn't it?
yeah, I've been doing all that myself, and it's like we've got to try and keep in front of people. So I've been just making ridiculous content, like videos of me like lying on the floor playing guitar and being like,
saw that.
you know, all this kind of stuff. It's like
all about.
you just got to keep it up.
Show business,
yeah,
you know, you've got to keep up with the play, don't you? And if you're not doing it, someone else's.
Yeah, totally.
So good on you. You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
I do hear and see decades everywhere.
Yes,
it's really good. And just on that note too, I've been asking, you know, bands like or musicians like yourself that have been successful at a young age. You're only 28. What advice would you give to young bands starting out in New Zealand, or even like you're actually the first chick I've had in the Gunroom.
Well, I should say yes, but no, I should say
dudes and bands, but yeah, you are. And would you have any advice?
I did some mentoring and judging at RockQuest this year, so I've been in this headspace a bit with young bands.
I've done Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, and you're like, oh man, what do I say? You know, there's a couple, there's especially quite a few bands in Timaru, which was a final that I judged, where there's just a couple bands that were so awesome and so unique and like totally unpolished, you know, just doing their passion and just expressing their creativity.
Natural.
Yeah, and it's like really unique, and it's just like I just wanted to like grab them and shake them and be like, do not for any reason stop doing this. Like I was talking to one of the girls who was my favourite band in Timaru, but they didn't get a placing. I had to have like an argument with the other judges about it. I was like, damn it, I wanted them to like get third or something. But I found her after the show and I said, you know, you got to keep doing this band. I wrote it in their feedback notes as well. Just keep doing it. Don't stop. She's like, oh, I'm going to uni next year, and yeah, I'm going to be up in Wellington, and the guys are staying down here. I'm like, my guitarist lives in Auckland. You just don't stop. Like, make it work. You're going to be back here for holidays, surely, visiting your family. Just make it work, because this is a special band that you've got here. And like imagine where it could go. Yeah. I just think a lot of bands give up too early.
Yeah, and it's all about networking too.
Yeah.
We've got social media, and it's about emailing, getting an EPK done.
Yeah, go to all your local gigs, meet all the other bands, because if there are other bands and you go to their shows and you meet them and you actually strike up a friendship, they will be like, hey, you should play our next show. You know, it's networking.
You know, good for bands without management too, because you can arrange. You know, if you're talking to an Australian band, you can say, hey, you know, come and do some of our shows, and you can go over to Aussie and
cross-pollination touring.
Have you guys played Aussie yet?
We have, but when we were still Ashy, when we released our EP, which was called Music is Boring, we went over there and did a couple shows over there. We haven't been back. We'd like to, but we're kind of...
There's so many places to go. Isn't there? There's like so many festivals, you know, Canada and
it's hard to know what kind of international territory we would want to go to first, because, you know, it's also influenced by what's happening on Spotify.
Yeah, that's dead right.
Our Spotify tells us that we should be going to Sweden and
we're getting maybe invited.
Yeah.
And Pieces of Molly always bring them up.
All expenses paid, that'd be good if anyone's watching.
Pieces of Molly just played that big Dead of Winter festival.
Yeah, that looked awesome.
Last weekend, and I think that went really well. Something like that.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Cool. Well, anyway, Emma, I'll let you go and go and get ready for your big weekend.
Yeah, I've got to go buy lots of gaffer tape.
Yeah. And I hope the gigs go really well. I'm sure they will.
You.
Again, get your tickets from Under the Radar. And good luck, and maybe pop back in and again and let me know how you're getting on.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you've got a wicked future.
Oh, thank you.
Rock on.